So this video is going to look at the predictions for Psychology Paper 3 for the AQA exams taking place this summer. Now, just a reminder, do not just focus on these topics in this video. You've got to make sure you're covering every single topic on the specification. These predictions are just based on what hasn't come up in recent years. So don't rely on just this. Make sure all topics are covered on your specification. Now, this video is only going to focus on a few topics in particular. We're going to focus on gender, schizophrenia, and aggression, as well as the issue and debates topics that everyone has to complete. So 4 issues and debates, 2 main topics to make sure you're focusing in on in your revision. That's gender and culture in psychology, and also the nature-nurture debate. So again, you've got to cover all topics and make sure you're ready to answer a 16 marker on any of them, but these 2 in particular should be focused on. In gender, there's a few topics that may come up. So psychodynamic explanation, including Freud, psychoanalytic theory, Oedipus and Electra, the influence of media and culture on gender, and also atypical gender development and gender dysphoria, and the biological and social explanations for that. However, there may be a few short questions in there as well that are due to come up. So these are sort of looking at 4 marks and below, and they could be on androgyny and the BSRI, and also atypical sex chromosome patterns. And that's usually more of an AO2 style question where they give you a scenario and ask you to link your knowledge back to it. In schizophrenia, there's a lot of topics that might come up here and haven't come up for a while. So you might get a potentially more likely to be an 8 marker on the reliability and validity in the diagnosis of schizophrenia. The biological explanations of schizophrenia, so genetics, dopamine hypothesis, and neurocorrelates. CBT and family therapy being used to treat schizophrenia. And also the importance of an interactionist approach, not only explaining schizophrenia, but in treating it as well, and focusing in on that diathesis stress model. Now, there may also be a short question, so looking at those sort of less than 4 marks on the classification of schizophrenia, looking at the positive and negative symptoms. So make sure you're prepared for those. And finally, we're going to look at aggression. So the topics you make sure you focus on alongside everything else are the ethological explanation of aggression, the social psychological explanations, and the role of desensitization, disinhibition, and cognitive priming. And alongside these extended questions, so we're looking sort of 8 or 16 markers, there is the potential for a short question on the evolutionary explanations of human aggression as well. So make sure, like I said, you're not just focusing on these, you're focusing on all topics across your specification. But this might give you an idea of what to really hone in on and make sure you have a really good understanding of.